Good morning and happy Tuesday, August the 5th, baby. I know I took the day off yesterday, but I actually took a day off for my birthday. Celebrated a little too crazy, so feels good. Got it out of me. And we're back at it, baby. If you're watching this over on YouTube, make sure to like, subscribe, all that good stuff. Please share it with a friend if you want to. It's a little weird. When people ask me to share YouTube videos with people, it's like, some stuff I just don't want to share with people, right? But if you're watching over on X, make sure you like, repost, all that good stuff, and give your boy a follow. Consider becoming a member. If you're watching over on YouTube, I think it's like $5 a month, something like that, different tiers. Shout out to all my members in the chat, Javi, Jayhawk already here. And consider becoming a subscriber over on X. I have about 30-something subscribers on X, so it's pretty awesome. I think it's about $3, $1, or something like that. Very, very cheap. It's a way to support me every month without supporting me. Well, no, it's a way to support me every month. I don't know why I said that. Well, welcome back to the stream, baby. Hope you had a fantastic weekend. I know I had a fantastic birthday weekend. And thank you so much for all the birthday wishes. I appreciate it. Now it's time to get back to business. What's up, Jayhawk J-Check? What's up, babe? What the hell is that? What's going on with that? I guess that's kind of cool. I guess I kind of like that. Shows your profile picture. But what's up, Nick C. Saitama? Oh, what's up, brother? Long time no see. And thank you so much for already reposting the stream. We haven't even got started, and Nick already reposted the stream. And of course, I put your comment up every time you guys comment and stuff like that. Javi, good morning, number one again. Look, I don't pick the winners. It just happened, Javi, thank you so much. I appreciate you, brother. Number one crown. Rodney, happy birthday, brother. Wish you all the best of luck. I appreciate it. All month, baby. Let's go. Jake with the GMs. What's up, baby? And what's up, Jason? How we doing? Welcome to the stream. Let's get popping today. All right, so a lot has happened over the last few days in the crypto space. The price has started to recover a little bit, and there's some huge news with Trump and executive orders for crypto. He's kind of getting his get back, but helping crypto at the same time. I'll explain exactly what's happening here in a second. But our meme of the day, of course, is Elizabeth Warren. She sucks. President Trump says anti-crypto Elizabeth Warren is a, quote, loser. We think so, too. Right. Remember during the bear market, her and Gary Gensler are pretty much butt buddies, pretty much building an anti-crypto army. Boo, you suck, Elizabeth Warren. And why is your net worth so high when you only make $100,000 or like $150,000 a year? Doesn't make any sense to me. Shout out to politics. Number one way to become a millionaire, right? Obviously, when these guys, get lobbied and those sorts of things, it's pretty interesting, right? What's up, Pepe in the chat says, I love my Pepe. What's up, baby? Welcome. All right, let's go over the market. Then we'll get into some news because there's a lot of news to talk about today. All right, right now, the current crypto market cap is slightly down about 1.5. Let me reload this. 1.5%. So the coin market cap just never works. All right, there it is. It's a big website, but it's been kind of rough. Yeah, so we're down about 1%. I'd say we're starting to recover a little bit because it seems like the price is starting to just kind of steady out a little bit, right? Which is what we want. We're kind of in a free fall down to $112,000 for Bitcoin. Obviously, this had to do with the Federal Reserve, jobs numbers, nuclear war with Russia, those sorts of things. But we got the jobs report came out. We got horrendous numbers, and I think and we'll get into some news today. And if the Federal Reserve knew that, they would have definitely slashed interest rates, right? So I think that September is going to be extremely bullish for crypto. And if you're not loading up on your favorite products right now, you're going to get left behind. I'm just saying. What's up, bud? Welcome. How we doing? Welcome. Crypto DGen, good morning, says XRP SLT. I don't know what SLT is. I'll have to check that out. But shout out to the XRP army. Obviously, very, very strong. All right, so Bitcoin's sitting around $113,000. We've been dumping over the last couple of hours. When I woke up this morning, we were actually in the green. So I don't know what's going on. Market's just moving sideways, kind of. I'd say plus or minus 5% for like low cap. Maybe meme coin cryptos is like trading sideways. And, 1%, 2% for Bitcoin, I would say is trading sideways. Not really much is going on in the crypto space right now. ETH did surpass $3,700 yesterday. Now, a lot of people think the price of Ethereum is being suppressed. We'll have to see. We'll have to see. But XRP below $3, which, what's up with coin market cap? Why does it suck? But XRP below $3 today. It's been kind of hanging around $3 or so. For I'd say like the last couple of weeks after smashing through an all-time high, which is fantastic. I gotta sneeze. Whoa, allergies. Sorry about that. We have Jesse T in the Saitama community here. What's up, Jesse T? How we doing? Yes, the new Saitama looking pretty bullish. Of course, we'll check out more Saitama stuff near the end of the stream. But shout out to this Saitama community. You guys are absolutely fantastic. Jesse T, you're the man. Of course, we always put the hashtag Salama during the stream because it's one of our favorite products right now. BNB, pretty much everything's down, guys. BNB sitting at $747. Solana broke through $170 yesterday, but obviously pulled back a little bit. Alexandra, good morning. Good morning, Alexandra. How you doing? Good morning. Welcome, welcome. One of the GOATs. Cardano sitting at 72 cents. Dogecoin just below 20 cents. Tron at 33 cents. Stellar at 39 cents. SWI at $3.41. Bitcoin Cash, $567. Chainlink, $16. Hedera, 24 cents. That's a stable coin. Litecoin at $122 and Avalanche at $21. Those are our top 20 cryptos. Dude, Trolls at 150 milli. Did it just double since the last time we talked? What the hell? Good morning, Jay. Trolls, one of the meme coins we were talking about recently. I guess it's doing very, very well. Let's go. All right. So that's the market. Okay, so the big news today is the White House is preparing to take action against banks accused of debanking Bitcoin and crypto companies. Not only that, remember, there was a lot of banks that targeted conservatives. Like Nick Fuentes was a big one. I think like one of the Trump sons. If you had a different like political ideology, banks would debank you, which is fucking crazy to live in a place where land of the free, yada, yada, right? But people get debanked for their political views. It's crazy. And Nick Fuentes is a very like obviously polarizing character, but like we're built on free speech. I mean, you could say that when the Declaration of Independence was created, you know, there's a lot of contradiction there. Dave Chappelle did a famous skit where he had the founding fathers, you know, all men shall be created equal. And he says, go get me a sandwich, slave. You know what I mean? So interesting. But what we're saying is it's crazy to be like debanked for political views, which is crazy, right? Now, in Canada, during the whole COVID-19 situation, there was a strike with truckers, right? And what they did was they froze their bank accounts. People were all protesting, peaceful protesting. The truckers didn't want to work. They were organizing and stuff. And they got their bank accounts frozen, which is absolutely insane, right? I missed 2021. This cycle blows. Felix, we just need retail in the space right now. That's what we need. Yes, subscribe, like, and share. If you're watching over on X, make sure you like the stream. Repost it, give me a follow, consider becoming a subscriber. And if you're watching over on YouTube, make sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and share it with a friend if you would like, and consider becoming a member. It's fun. All right, so that's the news. So this is the other news from Watcher Guru. White House prepares executive order to fine banks that discriminate against crypto company and conservatives. So there's a lot of banks that are going to be wrecked from this, right? Because a lot of banks, well, just a few big ones, right? But especially cryptocurrency companies. So this is Bo Hines. This morning, obviously, Bo Hines and our government really bullish on crypto, talking about the executive order.
All right, Bo, so you've got some breaking news for us this morning. Tell us what the plan is.
Yeah, well, look, first and foremost, I just want to thank President Trump and our brilliant AI and crypto czar, David Sachs, for all the hard work that they've put in to this report and really just doing what they can to help this industry. You know, this is an industry that's been beaten down and kicked down over the course of the last decade and a half, more specifically under the Biden regime. All the blue tape that they had to fight through, the headwinds that they were pushing through just to innovate here in the United States is quite remarkable. You know, the president created this working group on digital assets.
Now, that's true. Let's talk about that real quick, because it was like almost impossible to operate in the United States as a crypto company. And a lot of people went overseas. And if you're trying to be like the leader in a new industry, you don't want to send people overseas. It's absolutely insane. Right? You don't want to send your brightest minds in crypto to another country because they can't operate here in the United States. And that's why I have so much respect for Coinbase, because they've done it here the entire time as a publicly traded company. That's not easy to do, but they fought the good fight and are obviously reaping the benefits because of it.
All the blue tape that they had to fight through, the headwinds that they were pushing through just to innovate here in the United States is quite remarkable. You know, the president created this working group on digital assets, in which I'm the executive director, and he tasked us with working across relevant agencies to produce a list of comprehensive regulations and reforms and recommendations that would create a clean and robust framework so industry knows what the rules of the road are. And, you know, this is no longer policy making through prosecution. We're creating an environment that will allow for these innovators to thrive and build here in the United States.
So can you give us more specifics about what this is going to look like and what these recommendations are?
Sure. So, you know, we've looked at this in really three phases. We've had the demolition phase, removing a lot of the blue tape that existed, eradicating Operation Choke Point 2.0, which was a real thing under the Biden regime. What this was, basically, for your viewers, was an attempt to prevent digital asset firms from interacting with traditional financial institutional players. And so what we've done is we've removed a lot of that blue tape that existed there, those overburdensome regulations. Then we work on construction, which construction here is a stable coin framework.
Now, real quick, I do want to talk about the fact that, you know, JP Morgan Chase obviously was one of those banks that it was kind of a pain in the ass to deal with crypto and those sorts of things. Now, I use the Chase credit cards, but I don't use them for like cash. And I know that a lot of people had issues dealing with Chase and those sorts of things during the last cycle. And what Chase recently did, and I think they probably knew about this executive order coming out targeting them and other big banks, because they just announced that, they're going to be partnering with Coinbase, where you can use some of your Chase credit card points next year to redeem USDC. So that's pretty interesting, right? Also, you're going to be able to use your Chase credit card to buy crypto. So I kind of think they knew that this was coming. So they kind of got out ahead of it, put some bullish news out there. And obviously we're getting hit with these executive orders this week. And obviously Trump going after banks that targeted conservatives and of course, crypto companies. What's up, Dom? Welcome, Dom, my editor in the chat. How you doing, brother? The creator of this thumbnail, if you're watching over on YouTube. Merksman says retail was here, are already wrecked. No, retail's not here yet, the crypto. Institutions. You make a good point, though, Merksman. We'll get to the point after this, but I do want to talk about that for a second.
We've actually had signed in the wall in this past week with the Genius Act. This is basically a digital dollar. It updates the archaic payment rails within our system. It creates more expeditious and transparent, more cost-effective.
Nice. Digital asset recommendations, ushering in golden age of crypto, positioning America as a leader, modernizing bank regulation, strengthening role of U.S. dollar, combating illicit finance in digital age, fairness and predictability in taxation.
On this past week with the Genius Act, this is basically a digital dollar. It updates the archaic payment rails within our system. It creates more expeditious and transparent, more cost-effective transactions for the American people, and it also secures U.S. dollar global dominance for decades to come. But the other piece of legislation that we still have to work on is market structure, and we have clarity coming out of the House. Both of these bills received immense bipartisan support. So what you'll see in this report is we talk about the bones of market structure, everything that they got right in clarity. What we'd like to see the Senate chamber do and adopt is they push the second piece forward on the legislative agenda. Then we look at implementation. We're talking about tax reforms in this report. We're talking about how we protect consumers in this report. This is over a 160-page document. It's quite robust, but we're really excited about it. And I just want to thank all the participants in the working group that contributed to this. Paul Atkins over at the SEC, Secretary Besson, Secretary Lutnick, so many folks that have done so much to propel this industry forward and make sure that the United States is a leader in digital asset financial technology.
Now, this is awesome, right? Because at the end of the day, all we needed was some clear way to progress. It was kind of like a sick joke back in during the last administration. A lot of crypto companies were shut down as, pretty much operating, exchanges that sold unregistered securities, but there was no way for a lot of these companies to register with the SEC. So Gary Gensler really fucked that up, but obviously a new age for crypto, and going forward, it's going to be a lot different. And then Javi says, yes, sir, Chase sucks. Motherfuckers close my account. And going back to what Merkman says, I don't think retail is here, but what I would say is that we probably got a lot of new people into crypto because there were like big popular figures that were promoting crypto, like a lot of the streaming world, like a lot of the Aiden Rosses, the FaZe Banks people that, got popular for gaming and IRL streaming. And obviously Dave Portnoy, who brought a lot of people into the space, but immediately rugged them like shilling absolute shit. Now, here's the thing. A lot of people get into crypto for many different reasons. And a lot of people get into crypto because of the hype, because of YouTube algorithms, because of just news in general. And a lot of people get into the space of the form of meme coins. And when you get into the space of the form of meme coins, like I did, and you get wrecked right away, that could really really mess with your confidence, right? If I would have got into the space and got wrecked immediately, like on Saitama or Shiba Inu, I probably wouldn't be making content. But I got into the space, I won early, and then got wrecked later. So a lot of people get into the crypto space for different reasons. What we really start to see is like on YouTube and on X and different news media outlets, when altcoins start pumping, and people start making like XRP videos, man, a lot of people start to get into crypto. I know a lot of people that are in crypto because of XRP and those sorts of things, So retail isn't here yet, but I think we did get a little influx, but a lot of them got wrecked. Flora says, I love your videos, but are you going back to meme coins at some point? Yes, I will be making more content on meme coins. The reason why I stopped doing like small cap shit coins a lot is because they get people wrecked. I'm going to make, Pepe videos and stuff like the SPX videos because they're like real trusted, legit meme coins, you could say. But yeah, I'll make some more meme coin content. Definitely not done with that, but I do enjoy the news. Felix says, I've been here since the SafeMoon and only been losing money since. I DCA'd, but it's not working even though I buy the top 100 coins. Felix, that's because you need more time. So you got into the space when a lot of people got into the space. Guys, back in 2021, I think it was like 80% of the people that got into the crypto space during the last run was near the peak of the bull run. And when you get in near the peak, you buy at the top and you have to wait for an extended amount of time to recover. Remember, altcoins have not had their massive run up yet, unless you bought like Solana or Bitcoin or Tron and stuff like that, and BNB, right? Most altcoins have not recovered yet. So I feel you, bro. SafeMoon wrecked a lot of people. Okay, so big news. President Trump to announce new Fed governor and BLS chief this week. So Bureau of Labor Statistics. So obviously we got pretty bad jobs numbers, and Trump's blames the person who was running it. We'll see what happens with them, but I think they're getting fired and they're going to replace them. And one of the Fed governors dropped out, right? She resigned. And there was a lot of like fighting. That's what Trump was saying within the Federal Reserve. We'll see what happens, but that's some economic news update. And check this out. So
the manner
is the Fed.
This is Loomis saying that the Fed is blocking crypto banking. She accused Jerome Powell of putting banks out of business and mishandling crypto, calling for his resignation.
Blocking the cryptocurrency revolution, in your judgment?
Absolutely. The manner in which banks that were dealing with digital assets as borrowers, and they were put out of business, literally, by the bank regulators at the Fed. And those were solvent banks, Larry. Those banks were not failing.
And we heard about, I think Signature, was it Signature Valley or Signature Silvergate? One of these, no, not Signature. One of these banks, right? I'm not talking about the Silicon Bank one, but one of these banks was like a bank made for like helping crypto companies, and they got absolutely wrecked because it wasn't popular to deal with crypto companies just a few years ago. So Loomis obviously calling out banks that were a part of blocking crypto banking. It's going to be interesting to see how they handle this going forward. Now, Trump's all about his get back and his revenge. He's going to get it. And there was a lot of banks that debanked conservative, minds because of their political views. You know what I mean? So obviously you can't do that here. So it's going to be interesting to see how this plays out. Obviously Chase is going to be on the top of that list, I believe. So going to be very interesting. Javi says, not knowing the cycle makes it hard to specifically you bought at the peak. It takes time to recover, unfortunately. Yeah, absolutely. What's up, Sacco Hunt Baby? Says, hold my beer, Javi. We are back. What's up? Oh, wow. What's up, Sacco? How we doing, baby? Good to see you there. Obviously, if you guys don't know, Sacco Hunt, OG back in the day. He has my OG shirt that I need to stop selling because no one's really buying them, on one of his bluefin tuna that he caught. Shout out to you, Sacco. I know fishing is tough out there, so appreciate you. Good morning, baby. Good morning. Good to have you back. We're back, baby. Last time we were down because the SEC is now the Fed. Law kick the Fed out, stupid. Yeah, I think that Jerome Powell's not going to be, he's not long for this world. Okay, so if you guys didn't hear, the Base network suffered 29-minute outage. First downtime since September 2023. So the Base network was down for about 29 minutes. Interesting. No, I didn't hear anything from like people that were involved with Base at all. I didn't hear any like confirmation of this or anything like that. You know what I mean? But interesting. Right? And DGen News reported on this. Shout out to DGen News. Says Base stopped producing blocks per Base scan data. So obviously when a network stops producing blocks, it's down for about 29 minutes. Interesting. Now, not a huge deal. Not a huge deal, but a lot of people freak out when the networks, they go offline. And shout out to Mert. This is a funny post. He says, the crazy lengths Base will go through to copy Solana, man. Because obviously Solana's notorious for having network outages. Obviously that hasn't happened in a long time, but I thought that was very interesting. What's up, Glenn? Welcome to the chat. Says, and we're poor again. The Ape Life, how you doing? We're not poor again. How come every time Rod starts to stream, the market takes a shit? Man, if you don't shut your ass up. We have the cat on Corium. If you don't get your shilling ass out here, no, I'm just kidding. Welcome to the stream, Nolan. We're going to start shilling near the end of the stream. But obviously, Base had an outage today. And then if you guys didn't know, on my birthday, August 3rd, Coinbase released a video, more than just a wallet. So the Coinbase wallet changed its wallet from the Coinbase wallet to just Base. And they came up with the snazzy ad. We're going to just playback speed times 2. All right, we don't need to watch the whole thing. Here's the thing. Base is always doing something to be kind of hip, the Coinbase. I just think right now, everybody's using MetaMask or Phantom. And I think that could change, especially if Ethereum memes start pumping again and Base memes start pumping again. But you can get Base and Ethereum, tokens on either of those wallets. So we'll see if people will choose Base wallet over these other ones, but I don't know. Now, I think if RWAs really, and I mean, real world assets, mostly the form of NFTs, start getting popular again, wallets like Base can do better, but I don't know. I don't know, guys. And if you're watching, just a reminder, please repost the stream. If you're watching over on X, like the stream, give your boy a follow. And if you're watching over on YouTube, smash the like button, subscribe to the channel if you like being here. Felix says, I still use the Trust Wallet. I love that wallet. Yeah, usually people will stick with their first love, especially if it's compatible with most networks. But I think what Coinbase is really doing, because if you think about it, Coinbase, right, as an exchange, I think that Coinbase is one of the easy exchanges to use. Has a really easy, pretty like, intuitive user interface. And I think that they're kind of targeting all the people that are probably the retail that's going to come into the market, because a lot of people are going to download Coinbase. You're going to be able to trade meme coins that are on decentralized, trade and store meme coins that you find on dexes like Uniswap on the Coinbase app, which is interesting. You know, so I think they're getting ready for retail. So we'll see what happens. But right now, I think most people prefer MetaMask or Phantom, like OG crypto people. But who knows how many more people are going to come to the space. And Sacco Hunt celebrating 42, holy shit, 42 months on the channel. Says, always Degen, love you, Rodney, no homo. That was all homo. I appreciate you, Sacco Hunt. You're the absolute man. Hope you and your family are doing well, and it's nice to see your life updates over on Instagram. If you're not following me on Instagram, if you like funny crypto memes, links to that is in the description down below. Give your boy a follow. Hobby says, we're back, baby, until Rodney goes MIA again. I will not be going MIA again, so I will not be going MIA again. I also prefer Trust Wallet. Did you see this? Did you get a Solana Seeker, Roddy? What's up, Astro Magnus? I did not. Welcome to the stream. Flora says, I'd love to see all coins that you're holding if you're comfortable with showing that. I can just tell you some of them. I can't show you all of them. But Armand says, one of us. Absolutely. Wait, did we get a new member? Oh, no. I think he was just talking about, I think he's just talking about Hobby coming back. H-Bar for Life reposted the stream. Shout out to the H-Bar community. Shout out to, I think, the Suit community and the Gib community. Appreciate you guys. Can we get a Park City ski trip on the books? Yes, Colorado. I think I'm going to be going just to Keystone and maybe Aspen. But I think what I'm going to do is, what I'm really going to do is just probably go to Mammoth a lot because the elevation sucks less. I don't like Mammoth. Mammoth is, like, Aspen's cool, but it's, like, super fancy and shit. Like, I'd rather just go to Mammoth. Mammoth is fun and cheap. Felix says, is joining YouTube help making money because I need some help trying to invest better? Is joining your YouTube help making money? I suppose it's mostly crypto news. Like, the thing is, like, guys, I'm not going to give you like, I think that unless you're really like good at trading, technical analysis advice is kind of weird. I think it's astrology for men and we just like to hear about it because we're dudes and we like, especially with crypto, we like to see our investments go up, but I'm not selling a course or anything like that. Just think it's like dishonest to try to do any of that stuff. I'm not that guy, but it's mostly just crypto news, and keeping up with the news will definitely help you become a better trader, because really everything, especially in this economy and Trump's like presidency, like you can really predict the markets based on what's going on with the news. If you're just tapped in every single day and you just know what's going on, it's going to help you become a better trader. Okay. So we have the Coinbase news, and this is interesting. So the Solana Foundation head of comms, Ariel Pennington, is stepping away. So they lost an executive. She says, when I joined Solana Foundation, SOL was around $20, and the media narrative was rough to say at least. I threw myself into rebuilding trust, helping shift perception, tell better stories, and show off what the ecosystem is really made of. Now, what's interesting is that we know what the Solana ecosystem is really made of, and it's shit coins. Let's be honest now. Let's be honest, you know? After almost 3 years, I'm stepping away. I'm deeply proud of the impact, and I'm so grateful for the journey. Thank you to the community, my wonderful team, and everyone I had a chance to work with. For now, I'm soaking up time with my beautiful son, spending the summer with my family, and feeling open and really excited for whatever's next. So that was interesting. Obviously, I think that pump fund was good and bad for Solana at the same time. You know, now check this out. Bags flips Pump Fund in 24-hour launchpad revenue per DeFi Llama data. So Pump Fund slowly losing its dominance on the meme coin token launching space. I mean, there was a time, a few months, that Pump Fund was just dominating. Now it's Bonk Fund, right? So 24-hour revenue, and this is yesterday. Oh, this is today. Let's Bonk had $646,000 in revenue. Launch on Bags, the one they were talking about, had 450,000. Graphite Protocol, I don't even know what this is from, had 429. Launch Lab, which is Iridium, so Solana network, had 332,000, and then Pump Fund had only 182,000. That's because everybody knows that Pump Fund's kind of like synonymous with rugs and rug pools and, you know, shit like that. So very interesting. That was very interesting news. Okay, so check this out. So, and this is a common thing in the space. Guys, I get so many texts saying, hey, your Coinbase account's compromised, call this number. And they're scams, right? So if you're getting emails and those sorts of things from people telling you to do certain things like, hey, call this number, or here's an email, I need you to import your seed phrase here. Like I had a good friend who actually passed away, one of my great friends. He actually passed away from cancer recently, but a couple of months before he passed, he called me and was like, hey, I got this email saying that Coinbase is going out of business and I need to transfer all my crypto to this address. I'm like, no, don't do it. It's a scam and those sorts of things. But not a lot of people understand that. So Kraken chief security officer warns that there is a phishing scam targeting crypto users impersonating Kraken. Scammers are sending fake emails from random domains and links. So check that. So make sure you just you're tapped in. Warning, phishing scam target crypto users impersonating Kraken. Scammers are sending fake emails from random domains, links. Always check sender is legit kraken.com before clicking. Right, only 2 days left, right? Obviously create that sense of urgency. So you click on the link. They'll push you to install AnyDesk for support. Kraken never asked this. Screenshot below, stay safe, and retweet to warn others. So stay safe out there. I appreciate the HBAR for life. And we'll check out some of your meme coins near the end of the stream. Where is Edgar? Yeah, where's Edgar? Yes, smash the like, baby. Felix, sub to the channel. Felix, thank you so much for subbing to the channel. I appreciate you. Yeah, I mean, even like hearing a piece of news like this, if you have Kraken, you know that you're getting fake emails, or just being tapped into the news every day will definitely keep you ahead. All right, we got some more news to get through. So more trade war news, which I think the whole shock of tariffs is kind of going away. But check this out.
With India, what people don't like to
bloody. India is a little trade war with Trump going on right now, right? I thought we were good with India. I don't know what's going on, but obviously Trump's not too pleased with them.
say about India, they're the highest tariff nation. They have the highest tariff of anybody. We do very, very little business with India because their tariffs are so high. So India has not been a good trading partner because they do a lot of business with us, but we don't do business with them. So we settled on 25%, but I think I'm going to raise that very substantially over the next 24 hours because they're buying Russian oil. They're fueling the war machine. And if they're going to do that, then I'm not going to be happy.
Obviously, Trump's trying to, block Russia off. So very interesting. And hold on, I got to sneeze. All right. Fucking allergies. My allergies will never go away. But yeah, so obviously a little bit of beef with India. Obviously one of the biggest countries out there, one of the biggest populations, HBAR for Life says we just lost a real 1-2 motorcycle accident. Well, HBAR, I'm sorry for your loss as well. And then Javi says this is the season for scams. Yes. And clear scams, really, better trade news. The European Union has halted retaliatory tariffs as they finalize a trade deal with the United States. So that's good. And Justin's son was in space. So I don't know if you guys saw this, but I guess if you make enough money, you can go to space. That's pretty cool, right? Now, look at the black side in me wouldn't do anything dangerous. That's why black people don't go like skydiving and rock climbing and snowboarding. Black people just don't do that. But the white side of me is adventurous and wants to try this out. So check this out.
Oh, Dios mío, gracias.
Love you, Dad and Mom.
Justin's son, I'll go back. Who cares about? I don't even know who the rest of these people are, but Justin's son in space, baby. That has to be crazy.
Dad and Mom.
Esto es increíble.
Hi, I'm Justin's son.
Dios mío, mira qué cosa más.
Oh, a little Lego man. That's crazy, right? Can you imagine seeing something like that? Imagine being a flat earther. Crazy. Justin's son still yeah. Tron's doing very, very well. Justin's son was at the opening bell the other day, last week. Yeah, so yeah, Justin's son's still kicking, and Tron's doing very well. I think we all know that Tron, we knew Tron from meme coins, but because recently, last year or so, Tron had a big surge in meme coins, tokens created on their network. Not so much anymore, but yeah, definitely relevant. Sackle Hunt says, Rodney, your boy BitBoy is in a mental institution. We need to get back to the drama. No, I already covered all that, and BitBoy's had an insane downfall. I don't want to, I can't, you know. I'll be nice to Big Boy. My black ass won't be there. I know, I'm telling you. I told you the earth was flat. I barely like swimming. You ain't catching me in space, homie. I know. What's up, Mrs. Matt? How you doing, brother? Armand says, as a Canadian who's been invaded by dirty India. Oh my God, Armand, chill the fuck out. God damn. All right, Scotty. You know, Scottie Pippen says he knows Satoshi, right? This guy is such a grifter. It happened again. Satoshi Nakamoto showed up to my dreams. This time he left a special gift. I woke up, opened the box, and boom, why the fuck would Satoshi leave you a Solana jersey? You know what I mean? Of course, it's created with AI, right? He's talking about his token ball. Satoshi believed teams win championships. He created Bitcoin, then called on the bulls to finish the job. I believe teams will win the next big one too. That's why I'm building a multi-chain game 5 ball. Nobody's gonna buy your. I mean, people are probably buying your token, but we shouldn't hate on Ben. He needs serious help. Well, Ben was talking a lot of. I know Ape Life, right? Ben was talking a lot of crap about me and everybody else, but I think I'm going to take the higher road this time. Now, this is important information for all you guys, right? I would never make, this is from Altcoin Daily. Shout out to Altcoin Daily, one of the goats in the space. I would never make a sports bet based solely on what I heard on a sports show, which a lot of people would. It's great jumping off. It's a great jumping off point, but I'd do more research. So why make a crypto investment based on what you heard on crypto, YouTube, or X? Do your own research. And that's so true. Like, what we saw in 2021 mostly was a lot of people get wrecked on like a meme coin or something like that. And they would literally blame influencers, which I get it. But you have to understand that one, there's two different things. One, we could be getting paid to talk about that token, or two, it's beneficial for the algorithm. Like, I remember when I was making videos on Saitama, like I was getting so many subscribers. And then when I started making anti-Saitama content or just roasting them and making fun of them or just expecting more from them, a lot of my subscribers unsubscribed because I had to tell the truth, which was tough at the time because we were growing like crazy and that really stunted the growth of the channel. But you should always do your own research. And it helps when you do your own research because you understand the project a little more. Like if you're an XRP person and you listen to somebody online telling you to buy XRP, like that's a great starting off point, but then you should do research on the developers, look at the history, just learn like what they're doing every day, like even meme coins. Look at the contract address. Look at where, when it launched. Look at who the developers are. It's important for you to take control of your investment because it's your investment at the end of the day. You're the one going to gain or lose money, and understand what's going on with the project. We normal folks just want to quit our day job like you did, brother. It's a blessing and a curse. It's a blessing and a curse, but I love doing this. So, yapping at the computer screen is one of my favorite things to do. But I'm still working, right? So this is a post from Nick, and I thought it was fantastic. He says, we need retail back in the game. Fact. Real retail. Not corporations, not funds, normies. Alt season won't be sustained without them. Sorry, that's how this works. Wake up retail serious. And that's true. And I don't think we're going to get retail into the crypto space until people have discretionary income. It's just, in my opinion, that's just, if you don't have extra income, and the reason why the crypto market pumped so crazy back in the day was because, people were staying home. I had a lot of friends who were getting unemployment because the unemployment was on steroids during the pandemic, who made so much money just by staying home. They got fucking stimulus checks. Like I was double dipping. I had a job, but they gave us 3 months off where we got paid. And I was doing DoorDash at the same time. Like I was double dipping. People had extra money to spend, but we're not going to get retail into crypto unless the economy's better and people have extra money to spend. Because the truth is, like, if you're deciding whether or not to buy Bitcoin or XRP, but you don't have groceries for the week, then the option should be clear. The choice should be clear, right? Which is to buy groceries so you can feed yourself. So very interesting. So this is just a quick little video. Fed could have cut rates in July. And we talked about this. We got the horrible jobs numbers, right? So this guy says there would have been a July rate cut if we had known about the weak jobs data. So I think interest rates are going to be cut in September, which is going to send the market crazy. If you guys didn't know that BlackRock sold a bunch of ETH yesterday, 101,000 ETH. So BlackRock's ETF just saw its largest outflow since launch. So that was a big piece of news. Bernstein. So check this out. Bernstein analyst calls SEC's crypto project the boldest crypto vision error from a U.S. regulator that will restore digital asset innovation in the United States. Quote, it's time to upgrade the financial system from online to on-chain. And I thought that was interesting because a lot of people are starting to get on board with crypto, right? This is we went over this news not too long ago, but We're going to talk about, this is just President Putin saying no one can ban Bitcoin, right? So obviously China came out again and said they were banning Bitcoin, those sorts of things, even though China they banned Bitcoin in 2021, but it seems like a piece of FUD event we get every year where China bans crypto. But Putin, says no one can ban Bitcoin, and that's true. You can't. It's decentralized, right? So it's one of those things where you get with it or get left behind. All right, let me read some of this and repost my stream. All right, we're going to look at some meme coins if you guys have any for us to look at, and then I'm going to go ahead and answer some questions. All right. Shark diving, what do you mean H-bar for life? Is he Putin money? I fucking, come on, man. Come on, man. I mean, Jerome cut when Biden was president. Now he won't cut for Trump. Something fishy is happening. Well, his reasoning is he doesn't know. Well, we thought maybe the jobs numbers are going to look strong, but they didn't. And he thinks that we're going to get inflation from tariffs. So, but I get you. Yeah, I get you. Retail is still asleep. I haven't had one normie ask me about crypto compared to 2021 when everyone on the street was asking about SHIB, Doge, etc. Yeah, meme coins do that, right? DoorDash in that Mustang is crazy work, but it was a V6 Mustang and it was manual, so having a manual car, you can have better gas efficiency, but yeah, that is crazy. Jack says, for real, I'm tired, boss. Most crypto degens dropped out in 3rd grade. That's actually true. Mizzy Matt says, what's up, DJs? I'm fucking tired and late to the stream. Welcome. It's okay. Hey, rather late than never, right? Glenn says, I'm starting to think XRP ain't going high enough for me to quit your job. That depends how much XRP you have. Like, people think that, a $20 investment in XRP now is going to be worth a lot because they're watching YouTube videos that people tell them XRP is going to be worth $50,000 tomorrow, which is not true. Right, you got to give products like that some time to develop. And remember, XRP went through a lot of BS during the last run. Like, they didn't hit their all-time high. They pumped, but they didn't hit their all-time high because how can you do much when you have the SEC, when you're duking it out with the SEC in court? And now they don't have those issues, right? So Nolan says, honest thoughts on smart token technology meme coins. I don't know what that is. He grifted MJ, so now he's grifting us. Well, Scottie Pippen was good. Obviously, MJ couldn't do it by himself, but yeah, you got MJ, you got Dennis Rodman. Cat token. Or what's cat? Smart token technology might be new meta, but IDK, I'm just the guy. Yeah, we'll check it out for you. If you guys have some meme coins, we'll definitely look them up now. Correct. Retail isn't here yet. No, retail is not in here. All right. I don't know what's the market cap of cat, so I can check it out. If you guys are gonna ask me to look up a meme coin, give me the market cap so I can at least find it on here, because there's a lot of cat coins. What's up, $1 trillion Trav? How we doing? Yo, Roddy, what's up? You need to check out M2. Check out M2 out. All right, I'll check out M2. What's M2? Global money supply? What do you think about MemeFi AI? Devs based and building could retire us. Motherfuckers coming with this show. I don't know about that, but I love when people say devs based. All right. Let's look at cat 1.2. 1.2 million market cap. 1.3, this one? Cat coin since 1999. Well, if you guys didn't know, like shortly after Dogecoin was created, someone did create a cat coin, but Dogecoin is the one that caught on. Dogecoin was the first meme coin ever created, and it was pretty much making fun of Bitcoin. If you guys don't remember that. Cat coin on Solana. Let's see. Chart looks pretty down. Volume's terrible. Check out their X account. Oh, it has. Wait, which cat coin is this? Catcoin.com? Is this? No, this is a Solana one. Oh, it's not on Dex Screener yet? Oh, okay, I'm not gonna find it. I'm not gonna find it then yet. Let me see. Appreciate you, Crypto Flare. Let's see how Pal AI is doing. Pal AI was one of those old school ones, right? It's an ERC20 token. Yeah, this one. Yeah, 4.6 million. This is like dead though, right? Well, not really dead, but it's been out for a minute, right? Yeah, since August of 2023. This is when like all like the Pepe's launched and we had that crazy run, right? 2023. pretty decent volume, low market cap. I mean, it could recover if ERC20 tokens come back, but I remember PAL. PAL was a big meme coin. We need to find the right cat coin. It might blow up at some point. It could. There's just so many of them, right? And finding the right one's important. All right, M2 global money supply on Solana, 280 market cap, 280K. And guys, if you came for the crypto news, I already covered it all. Just rewind to the first 30 minutes. Okay, this one. Ooh, yeah. $1 trillion. I don't know what to tell you, $1 trillion, Trav. I don't know what to tell you. I don't know what to tell you about that, you know? I don't know what to say. You know? Peanut on bonk. What's the market cap? I don't think it tells me where it was launched. What's the market cap? Do you remember Peanut the Squirrel going crazy? Been watching you on and off for years. What do you think about Gala? Yeah, so Gala Games is interesting. So I actually know quite a bit about Gala Games. So obviously they had like issues with the co-founder. I guess they were co-founders. They were like suing each other, all kinds of crazy shit. I played some of the games, and I think in a gaming studio you need like good games. And I thought that Spider Tanks was good. It just had a lot of drama. I know that Classy Crypto had an issue with like sponsorships and those sorts of things. So they're just not doing so hot right now. I think that crypto gaming is tough, right? Because if you're having if you're paying the create or just people that are play to earn, it's just tough, right? That's why I think Sui is doing it right by creating a console. And if you ordered the Sui Play, I think they sent them out last week, so you're going to get yours. But yeah, I don't know. I liked Spider Tanks. Spider Tanks was actually pretty fun, but I don't know if they have any games that are really catching up. Yeah. I'm doing a $3 giveaway. If anyone can guess the circumstance, I think he meant circumference. I chopped that. I chopped that up. I get the Rodney's head. Basically, everyone been staking Corium for months, and they can't stake for another 5 to 7 days. So everybody is flooding in before they can jump in. I don't know much about that. Let's see. Oops. What's this? Kokoro. And feel free to ask any question about the crypto markets or anything like that. Kokoro. This one? I guess. It's another dog meme coin. What's up, Tolly? How you doing? And shout out to Tolly for reposting the stream. Thank you so much, Tolly the Trencher, CTO. Appreciate you, brother. Thank you so much for reposting the stream. If you guys could repost the stream, we're almost at 1,000 live viewers. Let's go. Well, probably not live, but views on X. Appreciate y'all. All right, Kokoro. Not bad. So 11K market cap, $834,000 in liquidity, and then $317,000 in volume. Not bad. Been around since March, so not too long. Not bad. What do you think about Peanut on Bonk? I need to know what the fucking market cap is. What's the market cap? And I don't think you should, I don't know. I think that if you're trying to make another Peanut the Squirrel, like the OG one is the OG one, even though it fucking took a shit. Is it this one? It's the first meme coin on Corium, and everyone has been staking Corium. It was making 250. Yeah, but that's unsustainable. Okay, here it is right here. I mean, it was launched on Bonk. I mean, it's started to see a reversal here, but I don't like fakers. I think the original ones are the ones to go with. Even like you could say like the original Pepe isn't the OG Pepe because there's a Pepe coin before anything. But yeah, I think that it's going to be tough sell to get a new Peanut, or buy a new Peanut. That's why I love the meme coin space. If you guys don't know what Peanut, I think it was in New York where some guy was a famous like TikTok influencer, and then like the Humane Society came to like his house or something. He's being investigated, and the squirrel died. Peanut the Squirrel died, and became a huge meme coin and hit like crazy billions of dollars. I think it had $1 billion market cap size, which is nuts, which is kind of crazy. All right, let me find some of these meme coins for you guys because I could see some contract addresses on X. Let me see this one. No, buy this shit. No, I don't understand the narrative. I hear you, but the squirrel's dad is literally doing lawsuits in New York right now. Bitmart already listed OG Peanut. But the thing is, like, the OG ones always win. I get it. The OG ones always win. I'm not bullish on this one. I think I'd be bullish on the original one. So that's my reasoning. Okay, that's my reasoning. All right, what else do we got? But yeah, you know, these Chinese products, the Chinese tickers are becoming more popular. I did see that. It's going to be hard for people to find it, though. Why is there a Gaza meme coin? Jesus Christ. I hate this fucking... Okay, here are the trending meme coins right now on Deck Screener. The first one is Fartless. The second one is Dick Butt. The third is Troll. The fourth is Gaza. The fifth is Spark. And the number 6 is Sex Coin. We are so unserious. Shut up, Ape Life. Thank you so much, Northwest Crypto. I appreciate you. We will change your mind, Roddy. I promise you. Probably not. That doesn't even make any sense, bro. Look into the narrative. No. But I support you in the project. Go, bro. Knock it out. Go all the way. Go all the way, Peanut. You're not going to change my mind, bro. I think the original ones always win. It's like when people make like, oh, this is Brett's sister or this is Pepe's sister. It just doesn't work out. All right, any more questions, guys? We got 15 minutes left in the stream. Let's see if there's any more news. For crypto, let's see. Indonesia's VP office met with Bitcoiners to discuss Bitcoin's role in economic strategy. Okay. VeChain stuff. Share your favorite pudgy penguins. Memory. Michigan's pension fund just announced to buy $10 million worth of Bitcoin ETF. States are now buying Bitcoin. That's pretty much old news. What else do we have? U.S. House panel subpoenas Hillary Clinton, Bill Clinton, and Epstein probe. Did everybody forget about the Epstein files already? Freaky ass nigga. Bureau to conduct public hearing August 20th on proposed national Bitcoin reserve. I like to see third world countries really getting in on Bitcoin. Damn. This is nostalgic. Do you remember like games before like the internet, you know, when you didn't have to connect to play with people? Damn. All right, what were you? Were you guys Super Nintendo people? Were you guys Sega people? Were you guys PlayStation people? Were you Sega Dreamcast people? Were you Xbox people? I was too poor to have anything, but I got a PlayStation 2 like way later. So I was a PlayStation. I got a GameCube. I grew up with Super Nintendo. So Donkey Kong Country 1, 2, 3. PlayStation, nice. No, I'm not going to bring back Daddy on Base. No, probably not. I spent too much, but that product lost me so much money. I mean, who knows? Who knows? But probably not. It's too tough to run a meme coin. You can do everything right and still get fucking wrecked. Paul says, you're legit saying I don't fuck with this coin when you didn't look at... Bro, Paul, I'm not fucking looking... Dude, fucking give it a rest, big dog. I'm not going to look at your fucking peanut. I'm not going to go into the narrative of a ripoff of a peanut. Don't fucking piss me off! You know what I mean? Fucking chill, bro. I'm not bullish on Peanut and Bonk, but I do wish you the best. You know what I mean? It's a ripoff, bro. Ultra Zerdy says, I started with Atari. Damn, you're really aging yourself, dude. Atari. I was watching a documentary on Steve Jobs, and one of his, I think he, I don't think he did it. He worked at Atari. Yeah, he worked at Atari. Appreciate you, Northwest Crypto. I appreciate you. John says, me too. I was too poor to have these games. You know, I did get the Super Nintendo like 4 years later. I do remember that. That was like one of the first systems I got on time. Well, 4 years is not really on time, but I did get it a little later. My Ultra Journey says, I'm so old. Birthday is tomorrow. Nice. But I did get a lot of my friends had them, and I had one friend I was growing up with. Like, you guys heard of that one friend in the neighborhood that just got everything? Like, his name was Jason. Good guy. He actually owns he's a mechanic. He owns like a car repair company, but which good for him. But he was like the kid on the block that got everything. Like if it came out, he got it. Like he got like the Game Boy, all the Game Boys, all like the systems. I remember the Game Boy printer, Game Boy Color came out. Like he had them all at once. Senor Rojo says, thoughts on Shiba Inu? I found a bag in another wallet. Don't know if I should hodl or flip into something else. Yeah, so I like Shiba Inu. I think that Shiba Inu is going to pump. But if you look at the volume, like if you go to CoinMarketCap, right? The interest compared to other meme coins just isn't there, I think. And I think that the reason why Shiba Inu is even in the place where it's at right now is because on every major centralized exchange, and a lot of people are looking to break even. I would flip it into Pepe. But like if you look at 24-hour volume, right? And we saw this in the last stream. Like we have Pepe at 660 million. We have Punji Penguins up at 660 million, and Shiba Inu is only at 218 million, which is not bad, but it's like the volume isn't, the interest really isn't there for SHIB like it used to be. SHIB feels dead. I don't think it's dead, but I think that Pepe has the higher upside. Northwest Crypto says, you ever visit Washington State? Now I have family out there, and I'm actually from Tacoma. I was born in Tacoma, if you guys didn't know that. I was born in Tacoma. So I'm actually from Washington. I didn't live there long, but I have a lot of family up there. Man, I had Atari. Hey, Atari. What's up, Papa Doc? How we doing? It says Brett and Fat Cat. I don't know what Fat Cat is. We'll check that out. I'm going to pick the first one. Fat Cat. Is it the one on Solana? The good old days, 80s. So I grew up in the 90s. I was born actually in 1990. So I was Super Nintendo, Power Rangers, Cartoon Network. I didn't really watch Nickelodeon a lot, but Cartoon Network, like, was it Samurai Jack, Dexter's Laboratory, stuff like that. You know? Powerpuff Girls. Oh, here we go. Oh, nice. Spokane. All right. I read a book called something of a Diaries of a Something Indian, and it was about the Spokane reservation. Piogo says 90s baby. Oh, Pygo says 90s babies unite. Let's go, Harold Jayhawk. Dun, 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 dun. Bud went from NES to PlayStation, you traitor. I remember at the time, like Nintendo 64 was actually a good competitor to the PlayStation, but then once like the GameCube hit and the PlayStation 2 hit, there was no comparison. Like Xbox and the PS2 destroyed GameCube, and obviously Nintendo made a huge comeback with the Wii and the Switch. My Ultra says, I remember all those. I started high school in the 90s. Nice, nice. I started high school in 2004, yeah. I was never a Nintendo guy. Only one I liked was the Game Boy. Yeah, Game Boy was revolutionary, bro. I remember like back in just elementary school, like I didn't have them, but all my friends had like Game Boys, and like they were playing Pokemon. It's like Pokemon was crazy, bro. The only reason you could beat me in Super Smash Bros. I'll beat your ass in Super Smash Brothers. I hated cartoons. Real one watched Saved by the Bell and Boy Meets World. I watched those shows sometimes, but I was never really into them. But yeah, I remember that. Or the Power Rangers. Remember the Power Rangers, bro? Power Rangers was the shit, bro. I used to be into the Power Rangers. My first I had two first celebrity crushes. The first one was a pink Power Ranger. Then Britney Spears. You could tell I like white girls. And the third was the chick from, I don't know her name, but she played in Mortal Kombat as Sonya Blade. And then she played in what's that movie with Adam Sandler? Adam Sandler. I think it was Happy Gilmore, or was it Happy Gilmore? I don't know. I forgot her name. Kayla says, fucking late again. What's up? Welcome, Kayla. Better late than never. Pioka says, I remember playing Pokemon Blue, Red, and later Gold, Silver with friends at school, battling and trading with those cords from Game Boy to Game Boy. Yeah. That's crazy. Can you imagine? Right? And if you look back at it, like the games look so old and clunky, but like at the time, dude, like that's the thing I like about Pokemon. Pokemon forced you to get out and it was a social interaction. Even I remember back in 2016 when Pokemon Go was created, it got people out. That's what Pokemon's good at. Pokemon got people to get out there and socialize and stuff like that. That's why I love Pokemon. Game Boy was great. Just watched the movie Tetris. Cool to see how it all began. I gotta check that out. I've never seen it, but I've been really the last like 2 days I've been watching a lot of Steve Jobs documentaries, and what a crazy life that guy had. Lucy Liu. Oh yeah, Lucy Liu. Yeah, from Charlie's Angels. No, mine was Cameron Diaz from Charlie's Angels. It was Cameron Diaz. It was Lucy Liu, Drew Barrymore, and Cameron Diaz. Cameron Diaz was number one. Felix says Keenan and Kel. Oh, do you remember the movie? Or remember the Good Burger movie? Welcome to Good Burger, home of the Good Burger. Can I take your order? Rodney was a yellow Power Ranger. Shut up. I bet that was Jayhawk's first crush, but she actually died in a car crash, right? Dude, Good Burger was such a good movie. Banana, I peeled my shit back hardcore to Cameron Diaz, straight ripped my shit. What the fuck, dude? Cameron Diaz was hot, bro. I was a kid. I didn't know what I wanted to do, but I know I wanted to do it. You know, I was a kid. I can never say with a clear conscience I have never seen one episode of Power Rangers. Really? Dude, I used to be into when the Power Rangers movie came out. You know, I was really into too Mortal Kombat, bro. Mortal Kombat. I remember when it came to the movie theater, I saw it like 5 times with my stepdad at the time, dude. Dude, Power Rangers, Mortal Kombat changed my life, bro. That movie was so sick to me. Hey, let me see who the actor was who played Sonya Blade in the first Mortal Kombat. What was her name? Yeah, what was her name? Oh, yeah. There she is. Elizabeth Mallet. Well, no. Yeah, that's her. Woo! Smoking. Oh, yeah. What was her name? Bridget Wilson is her name? Oh, Bridget Wilson, I think. Bridget Wilson, yeah. She's hot. Does anyone remember Calico Vision? I do not, Senor Rojo. Kelly Kapowski made my curly fry go straight as fuck. Oh my God, you guys are gross, bro. Drew Barrymore was your really? I think of the originals, Charlie's Angels. Like Drew Barrymore was like my least. Yeah, okay, here we go. Charlie's Angels 2000. There it is. Yeah. Bro, how do you pick Drew Barrymore out 3 of these baddies, bro? Here we go. We have him right here. That movie was so sick. It's Lucy Liu or Cameron Diaz. Drew Barrymore, eh. This is a good movie, too. This is such a good movie. Club Crow, thank you so much for reposting the stream. I appreciate you, brother. True story, fellas. That little leash at the end of your meat is rippable. You guys are gross. She got a fizz face. Drew could have watched. She wasn't it. Oh yeah, Glenn Kelly K. It was. Papa Dog, thank you so much for reposting the stream. I'm near the end of it. Yeah, Cameron Diaz was fire, bro. Lucy Liu was hot too. You know, Lucy Liu and but you could tell what kind of chicks I like a Kill Bill. Ooh, Uma Thurman. So fine, bro. So fine. Look at that. I love, man. Shout out to Quentin Tarantino, man. That guy is such a fucking. He's just a guy, right? Jennifer Love Hewitt. I still know what you did last summer was my. Oh yeah, she was hot too. Yeah. Dude, I know you did last summer was great. Remember Scream, Jeepers Creepers. I think the only Ranger still alive is the black guy that looks. No, I think the Red Ranger's still here, but he's kind of a chub. Yeah. Yes, because Kayla told me. Uma Thurman, yikes, bro! If you don't get your ass out of here, what's up, brother? How you doing? 3109517. What is that? I thought you like red. I do like redheads, but not just only redheads. Yeah, but Drew Barrymore doesn't do it for. I think. Okay, here's my theory. I think redheaded women get 3 points off rip. So if you're a 5 out of 10 and you're a redhead, you get maybe 2 points. You're a 7 right away. Boom. If you're ugly, if you're 0, you're at least a 2. You know, I love redheads, but. Colored eyes. I like blondes too. Slender. She's hot. And her character's just hot, you know? Especially in Pulp Fiction too. God, the horrible memories of Jennifer Love Hewitt had me locked in the bathroom going, we don't pull out of redheads. That is true. I want to keep the genetics going. Oh, you guys are nasty. Locked in your bathroom. Oh shit. Oh, so guys, but that's the stream. Guys, thank you so much for hanging out with me today. I do appreciate it. We'll be live same time tomorrow. You guys are fucking. All right, the stream's getting crazy now. Guys, smash the like on your way out. Subscribe to the channel if you like being here. If you missed the crypto news, go back to the first 30 minutes of the stream. The last 30 minutes, we kind of hang out, shoot the shit, talk about our childhood crush, whatever comes up. Thank you so much for watching on X. Make sure to like, repost, all that good stuff. And I'll see you in the next one tomorrow, 11 a.m. Peace. Bye-bye now. Bye-bye.